Welcome to Confessions with Nikki G. This is an episode of Internal Evolutions. I would like to thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your busy day to listen at today's topic. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Let me read that one more time. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That is the purpose of this podcast. We want you to renew your mind to some new stuff. Let me translate that for other people. Don't be like the rest. Be your best by learning new things. Those new things will help you become a better version of yourself daily. And that's what we all need to strive to do. Each week I decided to give you, I would like to call it the weekly word, to expand your vocabulary a little bit. The word I chose for this week is qualm. And it is defined as feelings of uneasiness about whether something is wrong or right. Qualms. Today I have two guests. Of course, you guys know Calvin. I consider him not a guest anymore. He's like a co-host because he's here every week. I just can't get rid of the man.
Can't.
Just keep coming back.
Like a roach.
You want to tell our listeners something about yourself, Calvin?
Let me see. Something that you don't already know. I'm a grandfather, father, husband. I'm a uncle. I'm a nephew. I'm an ex-convict. No, I'm just kidding. But
I don't think you're kidding.
We just we just here, like Nikki said, to enlighten you on some things that people say. Sometimes we read things and they're not true. Some people say, "Show me in the Bible," because they don't. Some people don't believe what you say is in the Bible. So, and that's what we bring. We bring practical scriptures that that was written, that it pertained to our life and how we live our life. And it is in the Bible. Now, some things are not in the Bible that people say it's not. So that's why we're here, for clarity, to show you what's in the Bible. We're not coming to preach to you, but we're just coming to share a word with you, because the word do say, "My people perish from the lack of knowledge." So
we're here to help you renew your mind with that knowledge.
Renew it.
I need to put that on the shirt. Okay, my next guest is Trey Love. I'm so excited to have you here.
Yeah.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Now, what makes this different is because this is the first time I brought in what I would like to say, a celebrity.
What? No.
Celebrity.
No.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
Yes.
Local. Maybe in the 713.
That's right, 713.
281-832, maybe.
Yeah. 346.
Yeah, that's the new one, right? I'm not sure if I'm a celebrity in 346 yet.
Oh, my
That's the
goodness.
new one.
Now, 346 is just a local area code for Houston. We're located in Houston, Texas. You are a celebrity to me. So, with that being said, would you like to tell us something about yourself that the audience knows? Who is Trey Love?
Calvin, I love what you was talking about when you came on about clarity and doing those things. That's a lovely thing. And hey, that's what I like to do. That's what Trey Love is for. Love yourself, love God, love others. I'm a local guy, Houston, born and raised, graduated from Sharpstown, went to TSU, family man, professional operator. That's a fancy for bus driver. Just in case you didn't know. Yes, I drive the buses. I'm your favorite neighborhood bus driver. That's who I am. What can I say about myself? I have married, 6 kids, 6 wonderful kids. And no, it's not because my...
Hold on, we're not going to act like you just didn't say that. You got 6 kids?
6 kids. My oldest, 24 years old. I have 24, 17. My girls are 15, 14, 13, and then I have a 9-year-old. I had to think about it. I had to think about the ages, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go back on mine.
Yeah, and it's not because my pull-out game weak. Okay, folks? I'm telling you now, it's not because of that. It just, I blame it on the pre-cum. The pre-cum was a little too strong.
That's it.
That's how it is.
That's how it
There it is. Hey, look, Kevin, one time I was at my wife's people church. She's from Texarkana.
Oh,
and I was talking to this old deacon, man, old white dude. You know what I'm saying? Good guy. We was talking. I said, yeah, man, we have 6 kids. And he said 6? I said, uh-huh. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I said, yes, sir. He said, man, come here. Put me over to the side cabin. Put his arm on my shoulder just like this. Look me dead in my eyes. He said, you know you can pull out, right? He said, come on, man, pull that thing on out. There's no sin if you don't keep it in.
That's it.
Can't keep it on out. Pull it out. I said, come on, man, it's not even. I pulled out half the time. Hey, true story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it.
With that being said, he's also a local comedian.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, you couldn't tell. Yes, I am a local comedian. I'm just silly. You know, I just go around, be silly, try to make people laugh. Just if it's just for a moment, I can help someone not think about their problems or even make fun of their problems, laugh at their problems. It's a wonderful. I did my job that day.
That's therapeutic.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
absolutely.
Yes, it is.
And that's why I wanted you here, because your comedian can make us laugh. You know, I want to lighten the mode. We talk about a lot of serious topics here all the time. So now I just kind of want to lighten the mode a little bit. Just laugh.
Yeah.
Laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I'm tired of being serious. Today's Saturday.
And, I haven't been doing comedy that long. I'm relatively new. I'm only been doing it for about since 2018. 19, 20, 21, or 3 years. So most good comedians, great comedians, like you see at the Improv, they've been doing it 10 years plus. So I'm relatively new, still trying to find my style. Still out there trying to find the voice is what they say. But, when I hit the stage, I just have fun. When I'm not on stage, on Facebook, Instagram, just trying to have fun, man. Just to lighten the mood. And like you say, it is therapeutic. It's not just therapeutic for people that's laughing at you, but it's also therapeutic for you, because for me, I get to talk about stuff I always wanted to talk about and make fun of myself.
Right.
And, and if I can make fun of myself, I make fun of other people too, but most of the time, just making fun of my life and, just lifting that weight of things that have always bothered me. Some toxic masculinity stuff that we're going to get in later.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to read to you the scripture that I found. It says, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. It's a season for each emotion in your life.
Yes.
Amen.
So you have to learn how to embrace it.
Yes.
And today we're going to embrace laughter.
Yes, we're going to laugh at y'all. 'Cause y'all can't see us. I mean, y'all can see us, but you can't touch us. So, yes, we're going to
touch this.
laugh at y'all today.
Proverbs 17:22 says, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones.
When your spirit, how can I, let me, because they Saturday, so I got to put my game face on today. Good medicine is just like a testimony. When you talking about, like Trey Love said, when you're talking about yourself, when you talk about yourself, you're giving a testimony about yourself, then you can look at the things that you did that were foolish and laugh at them. It wasn't funny then, but now I look back and I'm like, oh my, really? I did that?
Yeah.
And that helps you. When you said therapy, it helps you. But then when people come in your life and it's always drama, that will crush the bone. It's drama. You be like, really? I don't like negative energy. I like to laugh. And before my mama passed away, she said, baby, you used to smile a whole lot. And I looked at her. I said, Mama, you said when life hit me, it was going to be a change. Life hit me. So some things just ain't funny.
Yes.
You got to deal with it. But you have to deal with it in a way where it's humorous to you. Now, the other people might think you're going crazy because you're there laughing at yourself. You be like, I really did that. And you laughing. They're like, what you laughing at? Dude, you wouldn't even get it.
It's like yesterday when we talked about being angry and how you should channel those emotions. So I was telling Calvin about the time my ex and I had this fight. And he broke one car window, I broke the other car window.
Wow.
He cut a tire, I cut a tire. We were just angry. So cousin, after it was all said and done, she tapped me on the shoulder. She said, hey, you crazy motherfucker, how we gonna get to work? And I laughed in that instant because I was
I'm just saying.
I wasn't thinking about that shit when I was doing
Whose
it.
name was the car in?
Him.
Oh.
He couldn't drive and I couldn't either.
Okay, who busted the first window? You did?
Yeah, pretty much.
I knew it. But why is he busting his own windows though? What's up with that?
Just tit for tat, angry. Oh, you gonna do this? Bam, I'm gonna do that. Bam.
Well, insurance gonna pay for it. But you can't be serious all day, every day. You can't just walk around with an angry, mean face all day. No, that's being dried up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so laughter is good for the soul.
My mama would say that Baby, you walk around here like you got lemons all in your mouth.
That's not good.
Yeah, that's
No.
true. That's true.
No, that's not good.
What made you want to get into comedy? Or you just want to make people laugh?
Okay, you want me to give you the spiritual version or the I can give you both. Okay. I never thought that I would actually be doing stand-up comedy. I was always, even though I was silly, I was still shy. So I never seen myself on stage in front of a lot of people, talking. And making people laugh on social media from a video or making my friends laugh is one thing. But being on stage and making a group of people laugh is a whole nother beast. So I never thought I would actually do it. But how did I get into comedy? Okay, funny story. I had to go back to high school and to attract women. Like, seriously, to attract the girls that I liked. I was short. I was skinny, like real skinny, like JJ skinny, that kind of skinny. So, I had to do something to kind of get the attention of the women that I liked. And my uncle told me once, he said, Trey, it don't matter how you look. If you're funny, if you make people laugh, you're attractive. So
That's true.
I took it to heart and I just started developing what they call it, personality, and and making women laugh, and instead of them going out dating that 6 foot 250-pound dude that's all stocky, I was able to get a little attention. So it started from that. It started from me, just trying to get the attention of the women that I liked. Now, as we go into the future, it changed. The more my love for God grew, the more my love for people grew, and the more my silliness grew. The more I wanted to, just make people laugh. Make them feel, when they in my presence, make them feel good and at ease and at peace where they can be themselves and have a good time. So I was doing that way before I ever touched the stage. So I remember it was 2008. Late April, like April 30th, something like that. I went to one of my friends. He was having a comedy competition. One of my coworkers was having a comedy competition he was in, and he invited me out. I went to go check him out, and I see some of the competition he was going up with. And I'm like, I could do better than them dudes. So without my knowledge, I did not know that he had signed me up for the open mic after the competition. So after the competition was over, he's like, hey, the first person up, and they called my name out. Whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't sure. I didn't think who signed me up for this? He over there laughing at me. Yeah, man, go ahead, you funny, go ahead. So I got up there, did something just off the top of my head, and loved it ever since. I loved it. It was pretty cool. And by the way, his name is JT Too Funny. He won that competition, and after that day, we competed for like a month straight every week, and then was stuck with comedy ever since.
Oh, wow. So basically, you're living in your purpose.
Yeah.
You tied it all into doing something that you love. It started out innocent. Like you say, you want to attract the girls, but you have slowly made it into like your purpose.
Yeah. And and it's easy. I would say this. It's easy to be me, to be silly. I don't really think I'm funny, Calvin. I just think I'm just silly.
Yeah. And that's what it is, because, like I say, we can't be serious all the time. And when I'm teaching, I always put myself in the Bible. And I was teaching a class, and I told them, I said, put yourself in Jesus, predicament. I said, now, if I were Jesus, and I was in that Garden of Gethsemane, and I looked in that cup, I was like, Father, I don't think so. That one, I can't do it. I said, but that's why I'm not Jesus, because he died for everybody in that cup. I said, but we always in that cup, so look in that cup. Who you see? Your mother-in-law in that cup.
You're supposed to treat her with love.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And bully in that cup. Supposed to treat him with love.
That bad child in that cup. Ooh, nevertheless.
That girl that broke your heart back in high school.
Ooh, Lord, hold up. Let me pray some more. Let me pray some more. So, So it to laugh about it and to see life, you have to, you got to make humor. You got to be humorous, like you say, being serious all the time. I don't like being serious all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. I like to have fun. I like to tell jokes. I like to do things. Like I said, when I teach, they say, "Man, you teach different." Yeah, cause see, I'm gonna teach you when you read your word to put yourself in there, just like put yourself in the script. Put yourself in that place with Mary in the kitchen cooking, frying fish for all the brothers, and Jesus sitting there. Mary at his feet, Martha in the kitchen slaving, towel wrapped around her head and everything. Oh, ain't nobody gonna help me. Come on, Shaquia. You down there with Jesus? Really? Doing feet?
Yeah,
pedicure in the house?
She took it to heart. Martha took it to heart. And I understand it because, when you're not doing nothing. What are you doing? You see me over here slaving. And she was like, that's why she went to Jesus. Jesus, would you tell her to come help me? Come on. And Jesus was like, let her be. She good. She doing her purpose, you doing yours.
You in there cooking. So I need 2-piece. So so I love it. I needed this today. Purpose. We raising the grandkids. Running the daycare, and we do so much stuff, and then you teaching, you preaching, and training, and you need an outlet.
Let me ask you this: how I always wondered this. If you are in Christ and you are in Christ, it's a good chance you don't make it to heaven. How can you not be happy majority of the time? Now, I won't say all the time, but majority of the time. Like, you've already won. When you wake up, you should have a pep in your step. Today is going to be, no matter what happens today, I know the Lord has me. I know he has me at the end. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm at. Why not?
How can you not be happy? Like you said?
Absolutely.
Because we allow distractions. I use this scenario all the time. I said, devil waiting on you to wake up. And when you wake up, he hit you with that ugly stick. Bam! So you're already grumpy. You done kicked the fish bowl. You done kicked the cat. You done threw the dog out of the backyard over the fence. Then you stop and think, I'm breathing.
I woke up this morning.
Why I'm tripping?
But for me, I've never been. I like to say I'm a happy-go-lucky person. If I wake up, I'm thankful just to wake up. And if my feet hit the floor and I can walk and I still got my mind, hey, it's a good day.
Absolutely.
And
whatever happened through that day, my motto now, it is what it is. Like
is.
I said, God got me.
Right.
So when I go to work, shoot, I don't feel like going to work. But I'm already there, so I tell my coworker, let's just make the best of it. We already here.
Absolutely.
So let's get it.
And
that's all you can do. But then when I'm not so happy sometimes, because I'm human, they're like, Nikki, what's wrong with you? And then that's when they realize that that's my persona, that's my personality. I didn't know that until I went to work upset about something.
And that's what they say. Even with me, they're like, man, you ain't yourself today. I'd be like, what is myself today? They said, man, I'm going to come here, man. We look forward to seeing you come through that door. And then when God says, see, we take things lightly when they say you are the light of the world. We say, okay, we read it and we preach it, light of the world. But then when you walk in, light comes in, darkness have to leave.
Yeah.
So now God has put us in a spot like Trey Love. He come in and talk about things, talk about reality. So he that light, because somebody in that audience looking at him, hearing him, is going through something.
Yeah.
So now he bring that light to it, even though it's comical, because I love it. Because when you talk about me and life, I sit there and I'm like, okay, God, I got you. Because one morning, God woke me up. When he woke me up, he told me this, because I'm a thinker. He said, you think too much. He said, this is the day that the Lord had, Cam, I made this day. I want you to rejoice and be glad.
There we go. Rejoice and be glad.
I don't need your help. I made this day.
Yeah.
I don't need your help. All I want you to do is go. So I had to stop back and think about that. I said, you know what? Whatever God tell me to do, I'm going to do what he say do. If he don't say do nothing, I mean, I'm going to chill and hang out.
And ministry doesn't necessarily have to be in the church.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Wherever you advancing God's people, that's your ministry.
Wherever you are. Work, out and about, podcast.
man, down the street at the park. I'm always I go places purposely and sit down and wait for people to ask me, "How's your day?"
Yeah, so are you the type of people where type of person that no matter where you go, you always have a friend somewhere? You make a friend. Yeah.
My children my children used to tell me when they were little, "Dad, you just Mr. Friendly. You just talk to everybody."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh Lord!" And then me,
And that's a great thing. And you know what? It's strong mentally because a lot of people can't do that. They can't go in and just talk to people. That's a strong mental spiritual thing, and that's your purpose.
And I had to embrace that because I didn't. You remember my birthday party? I asked God. I said, God, what you want me to do? I said, you called me to ministry, but what you want me to do? He said, turn around, look in your backyard. I looked in the backyard. I said, okay. He said, Calvin, you got 90% ex-cons in your backyard. You got 3 jailers that work for Harris County and also for TDC. He said, you've been walking in your purpose. You just didn't know it because you were looking, and I already had blessed you with it. So, we can do things and not knowing we're doing it.
Yep.
Because we're looking for something else. So that's why I would ask people, what are you looking for?
Or it could be from fear, because you could know what you want to do, but because you are afraid to fail or scared to get in front of people or scared to open your mouth, it could keep you from doing it too. Until it just get to a point where something happens and then you just somewhat forced into it sometimes. But I know a lot of things that I knew was my purpose and I knew it beforehand. I was just too afraid to do it.
Yes, I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
I just recently did a show where I had to walk in front of an audience. You talking about terrifying. I don't even wear shorts. I had on a whole Wonder Woman suit. Standing there like, I hope they don't see my knees shaking. But I'm saying that fear always stopped me from doing that. It was more to it than that, but just the actual fear, like you said, it stops a lot of us from doing things. Sitting behind this microphone, trying to put this together. Shoot, I sound like the Beverly Hillbillies. When I first heard myself, I was like, ooh, girl, you need to do something else. God said, no, keep going. Don't worry about how you sound. Just get the message out.
Right.
So, yeah, that fear stops a lot of us from doing things.
I teach my kids, never let fear keep you from doing anything good. If it's something good, do it anyway. Prove it to yourself. Even if you fail, at least you done it.
Yeah. At least you tried.
Yeah.
And especially with my daughters, I same thing. I tell them that fear is nothing but the enemy trying to keep you from doing what God wants you to do.
Yep.
So either you're going to do what God asks you to do, tell you to do, or show you how to do it, or you're going to always be one of them, I wish I would have, could have, should have.
Yeah.
So you got to get from that mentality and do it. Just like with me, for the first time get up preaching, I didn't get up the first time to preach in a small church. I was thrown on the spot. Sunday morning. Oh, Jesus.
I know. Your stomach was just turning like crazy.
I was like, Lord, I ain't know what to say. You study. See, what people don't understand, you can study. But when you get up there at mic and you see all them people,
forget it.
Yeah.
Especially them old sisters.
Mine go blank.
It went blank, and them old sisters was sitting over there looking, fanning, like, So, I had to, and God said, no. Tell them about what if. What if? He said, God so loved the world that he gave his only son. What if he didn't love us like that?
Woo! Wow.
And God just stepped in, and, now I understand when them old preachers say, my help has come, the Holy Spirit. And I preached. Well, I didn't preach the Holy Spirit because I was still nervous, but God would steady tell me what to say. The paper I had, I just slid to the side because nothing I was saying was on that piece of paper that I wrote down. And I would God would flow. I ain't going to say I would flow. God would flow. And then when I knew right then and there that the fear of looking at people, because I really wasn't looking at them. I was looking at the upper balcony, and I was
Yeah.
looking around, and I was just walking, and God was saying, "Now, the same way you did up there, is the same way you did when you was in them streets. When you was acting a fool out there, you acted a fool in front of everybody.
Yeah.
So now."
Why not preach in front of everybody?
I said, okay. He said, if you can do that, do it for me.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? And ever since then, you know, my wife, she hate to go with me something. Oh, he talking. He gonna talk. He gonna talk.
Let me ask you this: was you afraid the moment you went to go speak or go talk to your wife the first time you met her? Were you afraid to do it for a moment?
No, because she'll tell you. I wouldn't say I was afraid. I was like, nah, hesitant.
Okay.
I was hesitant
Uh-huh.
because when I was in the world, I ain't care. I just walk up to you. What's up?
What, you was like that?
Yeah.
Man, I was. I had a
didn't
good
care.
fear.
How about you with your wife? Were you scared to talk to her?
You know what? I'm glad I did talk to her, and I was kind of afraid, but I kept. I just stayed watch. Okay, see, look, I met my wife at Red Rooster. I ain't afraid to say it. I met her at Red Rooster. I met her at the club. It was Wednesday night. Got in free.
Oh, that's Wednesday night was a Red Rooster night around here.
You know, so yeah, I seen her as soon as I walked in. I walked through the door and I seen her, and I was with my cousin, and I hate to say it like this, but no, she was looking good. I said, man, look. I said, bro, look at her. I said, man, I would marry hips like that. So I walked by. She was the only one sitting at the table, but I seen like 3 drinks on the table. I said,
Right.
okay, she here with somebody. So I walked by, I went to the bathroom, came out, see if it was gonna be a dude there come, eventually or not, but I seen another woman come. So when I seen the other woman come and pick up one of the drinks, I said, okay, maybe, one of the drinks was water, so the water had to be for one of them.
Yeah.
So I like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And I don't see no other dudes in the face, so I went over there, introduced myself, and everything else is history. But I'm glad I did, man. I'm so glad I did, because it could have been one of those moments where it could have been before where, know how us men get, we see a chick that looked like she's out of our league, and we be afraid to say something.
Yeah, because I remember.
Why is that?
I fear of rejection.
Yeah.
Oh, rejection,
Yes. That's a man.
That she gonna call us out, that she gonna make a scene, or that she'll make us feel bad, talk about how short I am, how skinny I am, or something like that.
I had this one guy tell me that. He was like, I didn't think you would talk to me because I'm short. I said, well, your height ain't what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned with your heart. In there. I'm not worried about how tall you are.
But see
I can live with that.
You see,
Your heart, right?
That's our perception. See, and that's a fear.
Yeah.
So it's something that we have to overcome. Like when I met my wife, it was at Grandy's. I was the restaurant general manager at Grandy's, and she was coming
remember
through there to eat. And I looked at there, and I'm like, oh no, baby ain't got baby kids in the back seat. Oh no, God said that's your wife. Go tell her that you gonna be her husband.
No, don't tell me you said that the first time you met her. What?
It's been 21 years.
Wow. Ain't that something? Most time women would run from that. But that was 21 years ago, so it's a different thing,
Yeah. And I told her,
these,
she said, what you want? I said, God told me you're going to be my wife. Boy, please. And I said the same thing.
That's
Yeah,
so
because you
cute.
got them 4 kids back there. Yeah.
I found this quote, and it says, laughter is the sound of the soul dancing. Laughter is the sound of the soul dancing.
Yes.
I can dig it.
Yes.
You can dig it.
I can dig it.
You
Yes.
can dig it. I can dig it.
It's
You feel good when you laugh.
Yes.
You
like
can-
even me right now, anything that was bothering me before I came in here, it's gone. Really. Because when you can laugh, as you laughing, God is showing you that little problem that you had, it's gone. It's just like a shadow, like you say, a shadow. When you cut the light on to do what? It's light.
Mm-hmm.
So that laughter is light. That's why it says for the soul. And it is. It is good for it. And I wish everybody would laugh. Be honest with you, and quit hating all this, the drama. Just laugh. Take time to see. Drama have took the place of laughter. I'm putting it like that.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Especially when it comes to, it's good to be to be around people that can make you laugh, or at least make your problems not seem as big as they are. Because most of the time, the problems are not. You know, you talk about people that's in relationships. Like my wife, I think is funny. You know, that what makes me want to be around her, because she's a character in herself. So it's not just where she's a pretty face or or such, is that her character is. I just like to be around her because she's just as silly sometimes. And my friends, most of my friends are just as silly, and I like being around them. And we can be serious.
Right.
When we talk about subjects, we can be serious about life, our problems, we can vent, but we can also be comical with each other.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one other thing I would say about Trey and his friends is because he's being his authentic self. So the people around him, they authentic. So of course, y'all gonna connect.
Mm-hmm.
It's when you're not being yourself and you're around people, and then that next negative.
Oh.
And my ex-husband was so negative. Every morning, this man used to hate that he woke up. So after some years of it, I started acting the same way. I was like, wait a minute. You got to go and take the damn dogs with you.
Right.
Go.
Yep.
Because I can't do this anymore. It's too much. Eventually, all that negative,
It wears down on you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I like when God wakes me up in the morning, I like to listen to my music. I tell anybody. I like my Cameo.
Music is good.
I like my Slave. I like my Idol Brother. So when I'm around the house, I get that from my dad. My dad, when he wakes up in the morning, he'll pray first now. I got to give him that. He would pray. But after that back then, we listen to Johnny Taylor and Joe Tex, when we were little. And I got that from him. When I wake up in the morning, I say my prayer, I read my word. Oh, yeah, it's showtime now. We can put we going to jam around
And it's
here.
a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that, all that. Like I tell them, my grandma, what broke me up when I first got saved, because I wasn't around saved people. So I didn't know how to act. See, and I'm going to explain to you. Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't watch that. Oh, you can't listen to that. Oh, you can't
They
do
putting you in a box.
Yeah,
you're
you're
in a box.
being
In Christ, you're supposed to be free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, we say he's free, who the Son set free is free indeed.
Yeah, and you know what? The crazy thing is, in your spirit where you can and cannot go and can and cannot do. Most of the time, okay, I will say this, sometimes you do have to learn. No, you do have to learn the word and know where what not to do, what not to say. But for the most part, if you used to be a drinker, you can't be around a lot of liquor. If you be a womanizer, you can't go run up in the what's in place in the strip clubs and all that stuff. You know that. So most of the time it's just about being free, being who you are. Like when I talk, I'm not one that I always say, blessed and highly favored, and all that.
Yeah.
But it shows in how I treat people, not how I talk, but
Right.
how I treat people. You should know that I love God just by the way that I'm treating you, not exactly what I'm saying.
Right, your action.
Yeah.
Because anybody can say, I'm blessed.
Actions are so important.
Yes.
So important.
Yes, they is.
Like you said, we can say anything, but can you show it?
Love is action.
It
That's
sure
right.
is. I tell them in a minute, you don't love me. Why? I'm here starving.
Hey, you know what? I always thought about that though. When you was talking about your ex, right, and how he seemed so negative all the time, and it was in such a way that it made you feel down. It brought you down, brought your your spirit down. Is it because he didn't? Not that he didn't love you. It just sounded like he didn't love himself. And because he didn't love himself, he didn't know how to treat you correctly or view life correctly, because he thought of himself as a less than the person that he was.
I think that has a lot to do with it, and a lot of he was an alcoholic, so the drinking, the masking, whatever he was dealing with, his little boy hurt, grown man hurt, all that in one,
Yeah.
and it just all came out dysfunctional, negative. But he was a good man.
Uh-huh.
He was a family-oriented person. He loved his family, but he just something he was struggling with, and to this day, I don't know. Only him and God know. He have to work that out. I don't know. But you're right.
Wow.
Yeah,
You couldn't love yourself and treat yourself that way every day.
Absolutely. Every day.
Every day. You don't see the positive in nothing. Now, don't get me wrong. He, like I said, he was a good person. You know, he loved holidays, stuff like that. But just his everyday actions.
Well, see, and when you say that, like you said, I had to learn because he said when a man loves his wife, do you treat yourself? Do you hate yourself?
So how would you? Go ahead, bro.
So if you hate yourself, that means you hate your wife. But if you love yourself, you're gonna love that woman. And I had to start living by that. And what I mean by that, sometimes we can, like you said, sometimes we feel down about ourselves. So now we want the other person to feel down about herself, but she don't feel down. So now we mad because you,
there
around
you
there
go.
laughing and kicking and everything. And you around there, I'm see what y'all happy, huh? I'd be like, really? You know, when I counsel these men, I have to tell them that. I said, what do you like about yourself?
Yeah, it starts with you love. It starts with self, regardless.
Yeah.
Anything you do in your life, it starts with self.
Yeah, and that love comes from somewhere. Before you can love yourself, you have to love something else. Or like what I mean, when I'm saying something else, I mean love God, because God is love, and we wouldn't be love if it wasn't God. So if God can love you, all right, and you love God, you have that connection. You get the love from God. You have love. Now you have it.
Right.
Now that love you can dispense out to everybody else, because now you know that you is just as important. Everybody else is just as important to you, you know, to God. So now that you have love, then you can give it.
Right.
But a lot of times people don't treat other people right or treat themselves right because they don't have that love.
Right.
And another thing I found out on this journey is a lot of people, they can't even tell you what love is. They'll say, I love you. They'll say, I love myself. And you ask them, well, how do you love yourself? What does that mean? They can't even answer it.
Woo!
I make up myself, and I went and got this wig, and I went
You know,
did this.
so
ain't
that's
love.
a problem.
Yeah, it is a problem because they
don't know what love is.
think
So how you gonna love me? You don't know what love is.
they
There you
love
go.
materials.
Or they just think it's just a word of feelings. They think love is just feelings, and it's not.
Yes.
I mean, what would you describe love as?
Oh, Jesus. Let me see. Love is that you will lay down your life for not just a woman, but for my brother.
Mm.
Love is that when you don't have my love is telling anybody and everybody when they're around me, if I'm eating, you eating.
Yeah.
If you stand in the rain, you need to come up out of the rain. Come right here. See, I'm not happy if you're not happy.
That's how you show love.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, if someone does that to you, that's how you identify love.
I identify love by your actions. I identify love by your. I love you, but you just cussed me out.
Yeah. There you go.
Really? And that's love? So, okay, let's back up. So, and see, me, I guess I'm just an analyst. Who showed you this type of love before you met me?
That's why I say
go.
everybody's definition of love is different, you know. I like to call it dysfunctional love. When someone asks me, you don't think I love you? Yeah, in your own dysfunctional way, because your idea of love to me is dysfunctional, you know. So when people say this person didn't love you, well, maybe they did in their own dysfunctional way, but it's just not identified as love.
Right.
In a traditional sense, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes sense because let me show you something. Anytime a man hits on a woman and he say, I did it because I love you, she falls into that trap when the police come and say, he didn't mean it because he loved me.
Man, there you go, Captain.
He really loved me. That ain't love.
That's not.
That's why I say everybody don't even know the definition of love or how to identify it.
My favorite chapter in the Bible is 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
There you
talks
go.
about love, and I think it describes love to the T. Not only does it say what love is, it tell you what love is not.
There you go.
You know, and you know when you that's pretty much what love is. You know, love is kind. You know, and love is not being hateful or being deceitful.
Right.
You know,
And keeping up with wrongdoings.
yeah, and
Don't throw it in your face.
right, and one thing I like about it that each thing it says in love is an action.
Yes.
You know.
And that's why I love. That's my favorite. I put it I put it on the table. Bam, read it. Since we're talking about love, okay. Find your love in there. I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What category you find up under?
And you can find yourself 3-4 of them in here.
Love don't bring up the past. Love don't keep a score. I did this, you did this. Oh. But you love me. But we're having a good conversation. Do you remember?
Don't do something wrong. Don't do something wrong. It's something that happened 20 years ago. Do you remember that time at that restaurant you used to work at? Yeah.
Oh yeah. It happens. That's why I say that's my favorite. Like you said, 1 Corinthians 13. Put it on the table. Find yourself.
Yeah.
Because we all, and I had to catch myself sometimes. Because sometimes we get in that heat of the moment, and how can I say it? They'll say something to us, or we'll say something
Trigger.
to them, and that's that trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You be
talked
like-
about that yesterday.
Oh, so you gonna bring that up? Oh, do you remember when? So then
Ooh,
God be like, Calvin, reel it in.
It's good if you can identify your triggers.
Yeah.
We just talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Triggers. Because that's when you're angry, them triggers. Man,
And
if
do
you
it
don't
every time.
control it, if you don't control your anger, those triggers come out, and before you know it, you're going back and forth. You did this in 1979. Well, you did this in 2003. And you did this, and this. You back and forth.
Remember when you burnt my oxtails? Mm-hmm. Pay $8 an oxtail for that.
Yep. You start off with one shot, and that thing, you got a tummy go, you bring up
man,
everything. You're like, ooh, really? Or you remember that, but you can't remember my birthday.
Wow.
I chose 3 reasons of why we should laugh. We done digress into some other things for another podcast.
Okay.
The first one is that I found interesting is it helps to tone your abs. Laughing. Because when you're laughing, your stomach goes in.
What?
When you laugh, your stomach muscles expand and contract. So you just add that to your ab exercise.
Get rid of that fupa, huh? That's
Yeah.
about laughing more. Ain't that something?
I said, well, damn, I've been trying to get an ab for 30 years. All I got to do is
I
laugh.
gotta do it laugh.
The next reason, 15 minutes of laughter equals 2 hours of sleep.
That's interesting.
Because laughter helps you to relax. You relax your muscles and your mind. So it's just as you're sleeping, like you're relaxed, in a relaxed state. Mm-hmm. I never thought about it like that either.
It's new to me.
It showed me.
I wonder how that goes together. Like how they can put it together. That 15 minutes of laughter can equal 2 hours of sleep. I understand.
The concept, yeah.
I get that you're relaxing, and that makes sense. Your mind is not angry. You're not spewing hate or thinking about hateful stuff. You're just actually relaxing. So I get, I get it now. It can make sense. It makes sense.
I didn't get it either, but I just took that little bit and I was like, okay, if it helps you relax, then I could see it.
Yeah.
Because for me, it relax. Sometimes when I come home, I don't want to see no reality shows. I don't want to see no news. I just want to watch some kind of comedy show and sit there and laugh.
And then what I do, I search
Till I
comedy
fall
shows.
asleep or whatever.
I be searching for them because I like to laugh. I grew up in the Richard Pryor era.
Yeah.
And I love to laugh. I sit there because it relates. I'm for real. It relates to my life, everything that goes on, from hunting, to in the woods. You tell about be quiet, to everything.
I like comedians that can relate their lives and make it funny. Like you say, really you're laughing at yourself, but it's a joke. But people like me can feel you because maybe I experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
Those can make me laugh every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cracking up.
So what's the third one, Nikki?
The third one says it decreases stress hormones. It increases your immune cells to fight infections and things of that body,
Wow.
and antibodies and stuff like that. So your endorphins promote a sense of well-being that can relieve pain. So you think about it, and I feel like pain, like heartache, or you depressed about something, and somebody makes you laugh, it relieves you of that pain for that second or two.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So in that case, but then I thought about when I was in labor, and my husband tried to make me laugh. That shit wasn't funny. It didn't relieve that pain.
Right.
You was
That
in
wasn't
pain.
funny.
You was in pain.
But you know, I heard that the spirit can control the body. If you in good spirit, your body is healthier.
Yes.
Yeah. So hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some lotion for these ashiness. I kept forgetting. I had it right here when we was talking. I really need to put some lotion on this. Yeah. But y'all know I'm clean though. You know, I hopped right out the shower before I came, and you see a brother ashy like this, you know, 30 people don't get ashy like this.
Brother came prepared. He bought his own lotion.
I lotioned up in the truck before I came in. Yeah, because brothers.
I meant to do it. I just kept getting distracted. That's all.
Be ashy. You can write your name on yourself.
Oh, wow.
Look like you rolled around in dirt.
Oh, wow.
Yes. For real.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
but what I can say, like now, it has really calmed me. The laughter, just being here, my brother, God was speaking with me. When we get ready to go, I'm gonna give you this number to Stick.
Oh, yeah, Comedian Stick.
Yeah.
I know him. He running the comedy lounge on the north side.
On
I follow him, man.
1960.
He good people, bro.
Oh yeah.
I never met
Now,
him personally yet, but man, I hear some
he
good
gonna
stuff
have you
about
up
him.
on the table.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's everything reality. Everything I want to say to church people, he says it. Because some church people be looking all crazy when you say something to them, But he says it, and I love it, because that night we was there, pandemic and everything, and we was able to sit up front, which I don't like sitting up front, because when you sit up front, they gonna get you. And he talked about the whole tables, 12 of us. He said, "Look, what is this? This is the old school table." So I love comedians. I really do. Ricky Smiley, go to Sid Entertain, Hurricane, D. I can name them. I mean, they're on there.
When you're speaking of comedians like Comedian Stick, we have so many great comedians here in the Houston area. I mean, like if anyone, I know at least a good 25 people that live here in Houston that are so good at comedy that if they ever get a Netflix special, they'll kill it. Matter of fact, they're better than some of the folks that's on Netflix with specials. But, not too many people know about it. Guys, look, get out there, get to these comedy clubs. Most of the time during the week, most of the comedy spots are free. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
They free?
Yes, and open mics are free.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Open mics are free. That's where the comedians go to practice before they have shows at the Improv on the weekend. And it's a really good chance that you see somebody that you've seen at the Improv or would see at the Improv at those open mics. And it's free. Mondays, I think it's Bodega Mondays. My boy Ray, etc. They have Mondays at Rutgers at Mondays. Tuesday, believe it or not, they have a spot in the hood hosted by my boy Cliff 2 that's at Carrington's. Caro's. It's safe on Mondays to go to Caro's, okay?
Yeah, right. Don't do it. I'm playing, dog.
I swear.
No.
Everybody, you good to go to Caro's on a Monday, okay?
You better get there early.
On Tuesday. Tuesday, I'm sorry. Wednesday is a couple of places. Thursday, back of the bus. Where else? Oh, yeah. Leroy the Third has a spot right over here on Main Street in Merworth. Free comedy. All these places free to get in, and good stuff. And you get some good comedians there. I'll be there sometimes Friday. I think it's the secret group on Fridays. But if y'all follow me on Facebook or Instagram, Trey Love, TRAILOVE, 5 at the end for Twitter and Instagram. I'll usually be posting stuff on there about free places you can go to see comedy. Get out there, man. Go get some laughter in your life. Chill.
Yes, be happy.
It's a nice little date.
Yeah, because that's what me and my wife do. Because I love comedy. I go to a comedy show before I go anywhere else.
Oh, I forgot about Comedian Stick. Comedian Stick Comedy Lounge. He has his on. I think it's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, open
and
mic.
it's free.
Yes,
and it's free.
Yes, I got his information.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Oh, he had me.
Said my favorite word, free.
Free.
He had me laughing so much. I ain't lying. I thought I had corona. I was coughing and laughing and gagging because he kills it. I ain't gonna.
It said,
yes.
Laughter never killed anybody, but I said it make you pee a little bit.
Yeah. No, you got weak black people, you pee a whole lot.
Yeah.
We have a running river.
Yeah, we got some. Support your local comedians, guys.
Yes.
We have some good people here.
Yes.
Comedian Stick, others, MC Lotto, Stacey Anderson. It's so many good comedians out here that just in Houston, period, they're much better than me. I think I'm okay. I think I'm cool, but I think they are great. So if I think I'm good and I think they're great, then you gotta support your local comedians, guys.
Now hold up.
Yeah.
You are great.
Yeah, because
Why do you think don't put yourself
right.
there?
Yeah,
You good.
I was finna get him.
Oh yeah, you good.
I was finna hammer him like, no, you great too. Because number one, God got you.
Yes, sir.
Number two, you live what you talk about. And that's the best comedy is when you can talk about yourself, real life, because now you're not hurting nobody. You helping somebody because your life is being told.
Yeah. Putting it on out there.
Yeah, so you great.
I appreciate that, bro.
I know. So
I appreciate that, bro.
I would love to be on the
We
bus while you
uplift here.
drive.
No,
In
hey,
confessions,
look, I get the comedy from the bus. I don't be doing
That's
no
what
comedy.
I'm saying,
Them folks
because-
be.
Where did
they
you
be
get that
acting
wig?
the
Did you put a
fool.
wig? This man put a wig on the
Oh yeah.
on the post. What did you say on that post? Something something with the even the hose catch the bus. Something you put on there. I can't remember, but I was like, this man he is nuts.
Everybody gets the bus. You just don't know.
Oh man.
everybody
Look,
catch
hey,
that
look,
bus.
talking about that, man. This dude got on the bus the other day and tried to sell me an air mattress. Didn't even have it in the box, man. He had it tucked up under his arm.
Only on the bus.
On the bus, bro. He said, come on, hey, driver, look, I ain't got that $1.25. But I'm selling this here air mattress, and I give it to you for $18.75. And I said, oh, you just gonna knock that $1.25 right on off, huh? He said, yup. He said, yep, what's up, dog? You want it? And I was on I was doing the 73 Belfort bus. I was on Belfort and MLK when I picked him up. He talking about, what's up, dog? You want it? I said, nah, man, I'm good. He said, yeah, you sure? I mean, he said, man, it worked. You know what I'm saying? He said, you don't have no holes in it or nothing. He said, once you get it up, it's gonna stay up. I slept on it all last night.
So I know it's good.
I said, nah, look, I swear this is dog, this, word for word. I said, nah, bro, I'm good. He said, all right. Can I still ride? Go sit down, man. These folks be tripping me out for real.
I know
Yeah.
you meet some characters.
Oh, yeah.
Because even when I would just ride the bus, it's like watching TV. I'm like, what is going on? Who is that? What is he doing?
Yeah.
I used to ride the bus just to get on there, go through the whole route, and they drop me back off. Cause ooh Lord, you see some people like, ooh Jesus, oh my God, and, you see good things, comical things. Then
Yeah.
you see some drama.
Every day is
Yeah,
something.
it's the bus. Catch the bus. You talking about the car wash?
Now,
The
I rode
bus.
the bus in Vegas. Now, that was an eye-opener. I'm like, what?
Oh
I'm on the bus looking like
Wait,
that.
had
Like,
a couple
what
of
in the
Elvises
world?
on there with you?
Huh?
Had a couple of Elvis Presleys on there with you?
Yeah, that and some other things.
Yeah, the whole
that
lot
I
of things.
can't say on this microphone.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole
Wow.
lot of things on the bus and
You know those buses that have the seats where you sit
Yeah.
up on the top?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's
you
what
can
I'm saying.
tour
The tour
whatever.
bus.
Yeah.
It's what
That's
you
what
see
I was
when
on. And I'm
Really?
looking like, what in the what? What are they
You know,
doing down there?
I have never been to Vegas.
What?
I never really wanted to go though. Most of the time I want to go to places that have beautiful weather, that have a beach, Florida,
Relax,
Cali,
yes.
something like that. But yeah, I never been to Vegas.
you go to Vegas, it's more like sightseeing because you're gonna see some of everything.
Well,
But I don't like to lose my money either, so I don't like to gamble. So that's probably one of the main
I
reasons.
didn't gamble. What I did is, well, that was when I was
I
my
played the
drinking
penny
days.
ma-
I ain't gonna lie.
I played the penny
So
machine.
I just walk up and down the street, laughing, having a good time. But I also did a lot of tours too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the hotel I stayed in, Golden Nugget, they had this pool on the inside where it's like this long tube, and you can see like the sharks and things as you going between them.
Oh,
So I like to do stuff like that. That's me when I go to Vegas. But if you don't like to party or do anything, then maybe
yeah.
you can buy a house because there's so many of them people trying to sell your houses. What
they-
you call them? Timeshares.
Yeah.
Oh, time. Oh, Lord.
I go there and get the coupon and go eat.
You sit here all day and we'll give you this free meal. I'm like, man, I'll just pay for my food. How do we sit here all day listening to this crap? Yeah. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next topic at hand, which is toxic femininity and toxic masculinity. Now, we talked a little bit about toxic masculinity last week. It is defined as destructive behaviors that are taught to children that are considered either manly or feminine, but these behaviors actually causes their emotional and mental well-being to become unhealthy.
Yes.
Now, the one we spoke on last week was the emotional detachment. Boys don't cry.
That's a toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, boys don't cry. We would teach our young boys not to cry, which in return is saying don't show your emotion. Now, the next emotion that is dysfunctional is anger. You can show anger as long as it's aggressive anger, like towards other people. That's
Toxic.
acceptable. That's manly.
that's
You a
toxic.
man. Yeah. You don't cry and you rah.
And you die.
Feminine too. Females too.
Yeah.
Now for the women,
I think it's more for women too. Because
women
I didn't
cry, but it's toxic when we're crying just to get our way, or just so that you will feel sorry for us because we women and we're crying. So that's part of toxic. Like, I'm crying for you to come help me with my car. I'm just a poor female. Can you help me? Or we use something else, but we're gonna get into that later.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't even know it was any such thing as toxic femininity until you brought it up. Now, I heard of toxic masculinity, but not toxic femininity. And I was talking to my wife about it the other day, like, what is it to you? And she gave me this example. She said, my wife, most of the women in her family, are thick women, BBW type. I like my women BBW. I do, okay? That's one of the reasons why I was attracted to her. But she says that sometimes when her or her sister would get a little thicker than what they usually are, someone in their family or a couple of people in their family will bring it up. Like, ooh, you sure getting big.
Yes.
Like, ooh, what girl, you sure getting it. You need to go start losing some weight. How much you weigh now? And, it affected her growing up to where at one point, I think that's one thing that women go and get the surgeries for because they get tired of people pushing their weight on them. And sometimes it's nothing that they can't control it. You eat a little bit, you walk a little bit, but it's just that your body, you're big boned.
Exactly.
And I experienced that because I was like 300 pounds. So saying that to say,
Wait, whoa, what? Wow.
I understand where your wife is coming from. And that is a toxic trait for the women. But a lot of women do that because it's something in you that they see that they don't have. So the only thing they can break you down with is your weight.
Is the weight. That makes sense.
Or your hair. Like my sister, when we moved from Baltimore, my dad was in the military. Before we came to Houston, we was in Baltimore. We came here, and the first thing the girls at MC, I'm putting you on blast, MC William High, said was, girl, we don't wear our hair like that down here.
Wow.
My sister had, we crossbreed. My sister had hair all down the back. So they like, what she did was, my mama flew off the cuckoo nest.
With good reason.
She cut her hair.
Oh, wow. No, that's not good reason. I thought she was going to take up for
See, that's toxic.
thought she was gonna take up for her.
she cut her hair. We didn't know this. So when she come out the house.
The jealousy. When other women are bitter towards other women because of their looks, their popularity, or even their job title.
Yeah.
We experience that all the time. I know I did. I done got it from both spectrums. you know, I'm either too big, I'm too small. Oh, you think you because you this and
Yeah.
you that. So, but the males, y'all go through the same thing.
Yeah.
But see,
You know,
I
masculine.
have a light voice, so sometimes people don't think, well, you're not a real man. You sound like a kid. You sound like a woman when you talk. You short. You skinny. You're not. Like we get that. We get that a lot. You're not well endowed. You gotta be hanging down to your knees.
And girl, you can't do nothing with that anyway.
You know how it is.
You better run from it.
I learned. I learned looking because see, ooh, Jesus. When people talk about what you not, because they're what they're not, and they want to put that stereotype on you. Cause see, I have a stammer, I stutter, and I got that stutter. Like I say, I learned about God at an early age.
Mm-hmm.
I was marking. You read what you sow. I was marking a little boy. He was stuttering. And I like, you can't get that.
Oh my God, that happened to me.
And so when I got about 8 years old, girl, I couldn't get a word out.
That's the same thing that happened to me.
And people would laugh at me. Wow. See what I'm saying? Look at you stuttering. And so
Look at God.
And God showed me now my daughter and my son have that same problem.
The power of life and death.
It's in the power in your
The
tongue.
tongue.
It's for real. And so I cried. I said, oh my God. And I told him, I said, Daddy is so sorry. They said, why? I said, y'all steady.
Look how you mark your generation.
Y'all
Yeah.
like that because I was teasing a little boy named Napoleon up in Baltimore, Maryland, nowhere near Texas.
Him sorry, Napoleon.
You see what I'm saying?
Kevin, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I have a speech impediment. I had to go to speech class when I was in elementary and middle school because I was stuttering, and still today sometimes it come out like that.
When I get angry.
But it was in South Park. We stayed right across from Wesley Square. I was at my grandmother's house. He had this kid used to come outside that used to stutter all the time. And I started teasing him about, with stuttering. And tell me why, like maybe one day, I was teasing him. The next day, just like you said, you couldn't get a word out. I was just stuttering, and that's how my stuttering started. And then till this day, man, I'm not even sure who that little boy was then. But yeah, I started stuttering from teasing somebody else.
Yeah.
And I had to start taking speech class and all
I
that
did
stuff.
too. I was going to speech therapy, boy. I couldn't
Ain't
get a word
that
out.
something, bro?
I used to cry and get mad, want to fight. You can't even get it out.
All because we was teasing somebody. That's when I knew God was real, bro.
Yes,
I knew
that's what
for
I'm
real.
saying.
Like,
That's what I'm
serious,
saying.
like,
Don't mess with his children.
No, you reap what you sow.
yeah.
That's why I said. That's why I don't. Anybody have any type of impairment, I pray for them, pray with them. I ask them anything I can do to help them, because watching my two children, when they try to get stuff out, when they get angry, I'm like, oh my God, I know when they mad, cause they get, and I'm like that even now.
When you get too excited too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yes.
But that toxic femininity and toxic masculinity is real.
Absolutely.
And it's a subject that I feel like we need to continue to talk about, continue to bring it. Look, I can't even talk now. Now y'all got me stuck. Continue to bring it into the light so people can be educated on it, because it's real.
Yeah.
And I think it's causes a lot of problems. The mental health issues we have in our communities.
Yeah.
A lot of that stem from those stigmas and those dysfunctional behaviors or destructive behaviors that are being taught.
Yeah, it's good to know what it is, and so you won't be doing it to others.
Right.
Yes.
Like, not
Or passing it to teach your kids something different.
right.
Don't
Right.
cry. Should we, as women, we told that too. What you crying for? You get what you crying for? You hurt me.
But then when you
Same
walk out the house
concept
with,
as you get older. I'm crying because I'm hurt.
But then when you walk out the house with a butcher knife trying to kill everybody at the family reunion, what's wrong with that girl there?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that. You be like, say what? See,
But
they don't think about what they say to when you younger. They don't think about that. Then when you get older, when it come up,
yeah,
and you unleash that
anger.
30 years of anger
That's why it's
because of what
important.
you said to me.
It's important that we keep platforms like this podcast
Yeah.
to bring those things out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Give people something to think about. Renewing of the mind, like I said in the
Yes.
beginning. Renewing of the mind is something to think about. Because growing up, you don't think nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, okay. While we're on the subject, what is something that was toxic to you that was taught to you? Like one for me would probably be, I mean, physical. Physical. Like, man, you too skinny. You need
Yeah.
to eat something. You need
Looks.
to eat. God dog.
Looks.
Looks.
You had to look a certain way. You had to carry yourself a certain manner. You know what I'm saying? So why can't I just be me? What if I don't want to put no weave in my hair? What if I don't want to put any makeup on? What if I don't want to go get my nails done? Oh, you gotta get your nails done. You gotta get this done. You gotta get it. Why?
Yeah.
Why can't I just be me?
And I think women get it a lot more than men do. Men, we have our things that we're
Yeah.
taught. We have to be tough. You gotta
you
fight.
gotta
You
fight.
gotta
Yeah.
fight. You
I used
gotta
to get
fight.
beat up. Actually, get beat up on the front porch, and my mom would be sitting there looking with my two brothers and my cousin. Then the cousin down the street. Oh yeah, we're gonna make a man out of you. I'm sitting there doing this.
Yeah, they think they can beat the
They
man.
hitting them like.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know. See, like I know now, I should have called CPS, but we didn't know that back then.
Yeah, but we get it, but it's nothing compared to what women have to go through, man. I mean, the stuff y'all go through just to make yourself look beautiful. Mm-hmm. When you're actually beautiful already.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to know that, and that's what a lot of us are not taught.
Because
you're already beautiful internally, so that beauty is gonna show on the outside.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we're not taught that. Oh, you got to get your hair. You got to get this. Why do I have to put all this stuff in my hair? Why I got to do all of that? And then if you don't do it, you're not accepted.
Exactly.
Or if you don't lower yourself, like even in relationships, if you don't lower yourself to your man, then you trying to be the man in the relationship, or you act like you don't need a man, such this, such that, or how you gotta have to. Okay, it's one. I know men do this sometimes, especially some men in the church. At least back then, how a woman have to be submissive to her husband.
Okay, we're going to wrap that up right. We're going to leave that right there. And when you come back next week, we're going to pick it up right there.
Okay, all right.
So I'm going to have to end this podcast. I'm
Am I about to get some people mad out there?
No, we talked about that before, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
our hour is up. And this stuff is not cheap.
Yes.
So our hour is up. I'm going to have to end this podcast on the note of live, laugh, and love.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
You can find me on Apple, Google, Spotify. And I also have a YouTube channel, Confessions with Nikki G. Don't forget the E in Nikki. I would like to thank both of my guests. I don't consider Calvin a guest. Like I said, I can't get rid of him now. Now, hoping I can't get rid of you either now. I would like to thank each and every one of you for listening, my two guests, and you have a good week.